morning, everybody, and thanks for waking up with The Chase.
No way.
My God.
Oh my God. 1 of 1, ladies and gentlemen.
Go to Dave's. I must ask you a question right now.
1 of 1, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, hell yeah, brother.
Oh, whoa. Sit back, relax, and crack a cold one. The Chase is live. Another beautiful Shotgun Friday here on The Chase. Ladies and gentlemen, always down to the wire. Good morning, and thanks for waking up with us. I'm Troy Castro, alongside my co-host, David Yarger. Happy Jersey Friday. Who you wearing? Hey. Oh, Christ, you're such a homer.
Josh Allen.
I wonder why.
Just beat the defending Super Bowl champions, as Steve Richardson would say. So
Steve's not watching right now. He is on his way to Cooperstown because don't forget, we are going to have Meerkat, some representatives from Topps, MLB, the Players Association. They're going to be giving tens of thousands of dollars away in product on Twitch, 1 p.m. Eastern time from our Cooperstown store. So make sure you are tuning in for that. But we want to have you first. Thank you for joining us this morning. Packed show. We got to run through it.
It's gonna stay strapped, people. That's all I'm gonna say.
Absolutely. So why don't you take us into the weekend and get everybody ready for the Cooperstown stream with a little bit of motivation, something. You got anything for us?
Buffalo Bills.
Oh, God.
Hey, that was literally so. Fridays, I always have Thursday's quote of the day because Friday is like a funny quote of the day that I probably can't read on screen. So Thursdays was literally Buffalo Bills. So it just got to go with it.
Yeah, quick couple notes I took away from that in the hobby perspective. Right now, collectors, Gabe Davis. Don't know how much I can stress it, but I think this guy is going to have a massive year. Massive year. Hey, Stevens, if you don't mind, could you turn us up a little bit? Folks are saying the audio is a little low. Just wanted to let you know. I appreciate you. Gabe Davis, I think I'm in on him.
Yep.
And you can get his stuff for dirt cheap.
Yep. I already got a couple pieces myself, and I'm very excited to own them, and I can't wait to see what Gabe Davis is able to do this year. Started up the season off on the right foot with a touchdown last night. I think he had like 4 catches. I mean, he's doing everything that the Bills want from him. So,
yeah, and on the other side of the ball, keep a lookout for Cooper Kupp. Because I'm telling you right now, we already know what he could do. We saw him last year. Obviously, one of the few bright spots last night for the Rams. But even his cards, even at its peak, his rookies graded $1,200. So I think he's one. Hop on now. Grab him.
oh yeah, hell yeah.
Or if you are a Cooper Kupp, you already have some of his cards, I think it's time to let him go.
Sell. Exactly. I mean,
yeah.
He, like you said, he literally was the one bright spot. It literally seemed like he was the only dude that could get open at any point in time last night.
Yeah. So I think buy Gabe Davis right now. I'm buying into him. I think you guys should too, especially with Josh.
Mm-hmm.
Sell Cooper Kupp, only because I think he's going to have another fantastic year. But it's one of those things where maybe little risk, little reward. Hold on to him for a little bit. It could only go up and up and up, but you might want to cash in on him being hot right now.
Hell yeah. Dino, Gabe Davis was my first TD pick.
All right, we can get to the betting after that. We'll go on IG Live. We'll rip our bets. But before we get to our great interviews we have today, got to do a little giveaway winner, which I picked today.
Woo.
You're welcome.
You got a Troy winner.
So if you guys remember, on Wednesday's show, what did we rip?
Topps 2022 Museum Collection.
That's right. It was the new release.
Baseball.
It was Museum Collection Baseball. We asked you, how many home runs do you think Aaron Judge is going to have by the end of the year? Well, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Twitch chatter PJG1286. He answered 63.
That's
63.
Very realistic, I would say. I think that's very realistic.
So there you go. Congratulations, PJG. look out for a whisper from us. And then when you get that whisper, make sure you send us your shipping information to thechase@dacardworld.com. There he is. Congrats. He's in the chat. So beautiful. Love to see it. Now, all right, guys, we're going to move on to new release reminders and show you what is hitting shelves today. Totally kidding. We don't have time for that. All right, onward we go. So next thing up is we had two gentlemen, card collecting bros. If you don't know, now you're going to know. They are on Instagram, over 11,000 followers. They were more buyers and sellers and rip and wax themselves, but they're going to take their brand in a whole new direction. They have a whole new team. So we were excited to talk to them. Let's show you that right now. Nick and Rich. All right, guys, I'd like to welcome our guests at this time. We have Nick Walters and Rick Kleinhans of Card Collecting Bros. Gentlemen, how are you?
Good, man. Thanks for having us on.
Thank you for joining us. Now, obviously, you guys, I would imagine bros in a different sense of the word, but give us a little background. What is Card Collecting Bros? How did you guys get started?
Card Collecting Bros started about a year and a half ago. It started off with my brother Tom and Reno, who you met. They started cards, and I didn't realize the value that cards took off, and all these crazy cards that Panini was coming out with and Topps was coming out with, and I really wanted to get my hands in it. And I have an addictive personality, so the first box I ever ripped, I knew that I was from that point on. I literally ripped 2020 hoops, and which was the worst product I think I threw away all the cards because I didn't think they were worth it. And I ended up pulling a LaMelo numbered parallel, and I threw it away. And my brother flipped out on me, and Reno flipped out because I threw it away. I didn't think it was worth it, but apparently it was worth money. So I had to I had to dig it out of the trash and sell it. And that's pretty much where it took off. We started off with the hoops and moved to Select and Prism and National Treasures, so on and so forth. But the page really started because, we all like to boost our ego. I want to show people what I'm ripping and all these cool cards that I'm pulling. And, we just started as, pretty much just like a fun thing for, with the hobby to show people what we did pull. And that started growing. Me and Rick started ripping more, and the more followers came. And before you know it, we have 11,000 followers just from people that like to see what we pull. That's pretty much how I started. Yeah. Rick's story is a little different, though. Rick started way before I started. I only started like a year and a half ago. Rick's been doing it for 10 years.
I got back into it probably like 7 or 8 years ago. My brother was always ripping with Mojo Break and some of the original guys, and I saw how different the cards were now than they used to be. I think the last product I pulled was like Marvel Universe back in the '90s, and then I started seeing all these cut autos and pieces of uniforms and crazy stuff inside the cards, and I started chasing like the dinosaur teeth and George Washington's hair and the Allen and Ginter cards, and then just kind of took off from there. By that point, I was hooked. I was breaking with Jaspys and Mojo Break and Platinum Castle, and then it just kind of stuck. I took a break, and then I worked with Nick on the day-to-day basis on our other job, and then all of a sudden he was like, "Oh, look at this card I pulled," and that's all it took. I was back in it, sucked right back in.
Yeah. That's all it takes is one. So
That's it.
Being a little, I guess, fresher, for lack of a better term, you guys have been back into it in the last handful of years. Nick, you coming in a year and a half ago. What are some of those, kind of lessons that you've learned as a page and as breakers that maybe you didn't realize when you were collecting as a kid compared to now?
Not every card sells for money. That's pretty much the number one lesson that I learned. I thought that every card that I pulled, I could sell, even if it's for a few dollars. And then before I know it, I'm ripping 144 cards in a prison box, and I'm throwing away 130 of them. So it's pretty depressing. But that's like the number one lesson that I did learn. And I always thought that you're going to get your money back no matter what the box is that you ripped. I spend $2,500 on a first off the line box Prism, and I think that I'm going to get $2,500 back in value. That is never the case. Yeah.
Although we've been pretty lucky with the cards we pulled.
We've been very fortunate. We have pulled some big cards.
Absolutely.
One of the things that I learned is that my taste in cards is not what sells. Like my favorite product is Spectra. I love Spectra, and it just doesn't get the love that like National Treasures gets. And even Flawless. I love Flawless. I think Flawless is one of the greatest looking cards there is, and it just doesn't get the love National Treasures gets. But yeah, I mean, my personal favorite, like I said, are Spectra. And it doesn't make sense to rip it for me anymore.
Why do you think, you know what, you just brought up a great point. Why do you think that is, though, with the whole Flawless NT debate? Why do you think NT does get that love and Flawless kind of gets, even though it has such a better, I feel like, presentation and more expensive, why it doesn't get as much love?
I have no idea. I mean, it comes in a briefcase with some keys, some armed guards showing up at your door, but it just doesn't get the love. I have absolutely no idea. I mean, all I hear is about is a true RPA, vertical true RPA, out of 99, and it's just, I mean, to me it's okay, but it's not my favorite, visually anyway.
Yeah.
Now, on your guys' Instagram, I see in your bio you all have some nicknames, to say the least.
Yeah.
Coco Diablo, which is Rick. You got Mystery Pack King, and then Nick. Do you want me to say this one on the air?
Yeah, it's fine.
So Nick's nickname on the Instagram bio is the Degenerate. So do you guys care to explain your nicknames here?
So as far as the degenerate, I'm a full degenerate when anything that comes to gambling, sports betting, baccarat, blackjack, poker, doesn't matter what it is. If it involves gambling, I'm a degenerate. And that's pretty much where that came from. Because I mean, I'll hop to somebody's live that I rip with if I'm ripping with one of the breakers. If I'm ripping with Sweet Rips, and I see that he's got a new product that just came out. He's got like 2020 select, or optic first off the line. If I rip one box, and if I don't pull anything, I'm ripping the whole case.
Can't stop.
So I just can't stop. Once I start, I can't stop. I'm the degenerate, and that's where that comes from. And Rick's nickname, the Mystery Pack King. Go ahead, Rick. The luckiest guy in the world.
I love mystery packs, and I had a really, really good run on it. Pulling the Mahomes Gold Kaboom, pulling LeBron James 101 National Treasures with a cut uniform. I mean, I did really, really well in mystery packs until those damn duck races came about, and now I can't win a thing. Duck races have killed me. But I love the mystery packs. I love being able to get into them, and at least you're getting something back for your value. You buy a box of cards, and you might get $5 in value, and trash and everything. At least with the mystery packs, if I'm buying a pack for $400, maybe I get $200. I'm getting at least something back, and then I have a chance of getting something big and really, really getting a come up. And that's kind of where I'm at with mystery packs, and it's kind of one of the things that we're going to be doing in our first feature breaks. We're switching to the seller side, is a mystery pack break, and we're doing a bunch of giveaways for it as well.
And now you talk about mystery packs. I'm just curious. Back at the National, I know Panini, they had the gold packs and the silver packs. Were you able to get your hands on any of those packs, and did your luck continue?
I missed part of what you said, but our luck was did really well in the the black box 101s for the redemptions.
Gotcha.
That's what we did. That's what we did really good. Yeah.
Gotcha.
The Panini packs, in my opinion, was just, I mean, it was damn near impossible to hit anything out of them. I don't think Rick ripped too many of them. I think I ripped like 30 or 40 of them, and I don't think I sold one card because it was just all pathetic.
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't see
Yeah. So you being a degenerate, self-proclaimed, and you being the man of the mystery packs. Notice I said self-proclaimed there.
Yeah,
so how about it? We're entering football season. Who is one of the players, hobby-wise, that collectors should maybe look out for as a mystery, who may not be on everyone's radar, Rick? And then for you, Nick, who's the one that everybody should gamble on this year and really be trying to collect, either out of this rookie class or just in this year's line of products?
I mean, I'm a Dolphins fan, unfortunately. I'm really hoping Tua pulls it together. I'm actually not big on last year's rookie class. I don't have a lot of faith in T-Law. I hope Trey Lance can pull something together, just because I have a bunch of big cards of his. Um, I don't know about Fields. He's got a terrible wide receiver. There's no one to catch for him. I wish I had the secret sauce to let you know who to look out for, what quarterback to go after. But I just, to me, it's Burrow and Herbert are the biggest guys right now that there's still some upside in.
Yeah, my opinion on that is, I believe that Jamar Chase is changing the game for wide receiver values. I mean, some of his cards are just outrageous, and it's never you look at the previous wide receivers in the league. Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, whatever it is, their cards still don't sell for anything. Jamar Chase's cards are just selling for so much. I think that that his value is going to be doing different things for the upcoming wide receivers that are going to be coming in. The rookie quarterbacks, a lot of people, they just can't afford them. I mean, if you look at these wide receivers, you have like Ian Book and Kyle Trask. I mean, they're nobody quarterbacks, and they're still selling. I've seen a card of Kyle Trask sell for like $10,000. I have the 1/1 white sparkle PSA 10 of Kyle Trask, and I'm getting offers for it for $6,000-$7,000. I don't even want to sell it yet because of how these offers that I'm getting, they're absurd. So back to my point is, I think the wide receiver game is going to change. People can afford wide receivers, and unlike Rick's Dolphins, I'm a Steelers fan, okay, and I'm a big fan of the Steelers, and I believe that George Pickens is going to be a top 5 wide receiver in the next 2 years. His cards are going to go sky high. I would invest in George Pickens.
I was literally just about to ask you too, because I think you make a great point about Jamar Chase and how he's kind of changing the game for wide receivers. I was literally just about to ask you if you have a. Do you got a little friend with you there?
Oh my God! Do you see this little thing, dude? She's literally getting in the stop.
That's
so I bring her to work. She's 8 weeks old. This is Gretchen. She's a new member of the family, but she's the most annoying thing in the world right now.
She's gonna steal the show, though. This is where all our views are gonna go. All our views are gonna go toward the dog.
All the views are gonna go to the 8-week long hair miniature dachshund.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, I was gonna ask you. So, Jamar Chase changing the game for wide receivers. Out of this year's class, is there a wide receiver that you could see possibly making an impact like Chase? And I mean, you kind of answered it, but
I firmly believe George Pickens is going to be that guy, as long as Mr. Trubisky and Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph does what they're supposed to do. I mean, George Pickens was doing ridiculous things in preseason, and it's not even necessarily what he does with the ball. It's what he does as a person on the field. He's literally taking 2 steps and he's pushing the wide receivers back 10 yards. It's just cool. It's just cool, like personality-wise, that a person has in the game that people tend to gravitate to, right? Like Joe Burrow has more hype than Justin Herbert right now, in my opinion, and that's because of Joe Burrow's personality. Right, you have all of this, like he's wearing the gold chains and slick back hair, and he's acting like he's hot, and people like
Joe
that.
Shiesty.
Joe Shiesty. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, people like that. Justin Herbert has no personality. He's just a great quarterback. I think people are gravitating towards Joe Burrow more because of that.
So now I had noticed, Rick, where you had said, you're starting to make the transition to sellers. So I want to know from you guys. The reason I wanted to bring you on is you got some stuff coming up in the works. So what's kind of going on? What's that transition going into the selling part of things as card collecting bros?
It's just time. Like I said, I was on a good run making money, which was crazy because it's like unheard of, but we were in the hobby as collectors, as buyers, and it was profitable, which is just like crazy. We're on a really, really hot streak. I mean, Nick's pulling 101 Lucas he's flying to Texas to sell. And, we're pulling like some really, really big cards, 1/1 Mac Jones Shields. But that luck's kind of changed a little bit. So
change a little bit. Yeah.
yeah, a little bit. So we want to, we like to stay on the profitable side. We're both businessmen. We both are invested in own companies, and we own different things, and we want to stay in the profit side. So we decided, maybe this is a sign to transition over and switch to the seller side and keep our luck running, just in a different aspect. So we'll still wait to stay in the hobby. We're still gonna be buying like crazy. We're still gonna be collecting. We can't help it. It's just in our blood now, and we just want to kind of like give back a little bit. We just became partners with Beckett, so we're offering different services for grading, 14-day turnaround time for $75. We're passing the savings on to people. That's like a 50% off savings of what they can, someone could get off the street. These mystery packs, there's gonna be a lot of value in them. We're still gonna be offering, regular team breaks and rips, but it's just a time to kind of circle around, make some money, and kind of give back to the hobby a little bit, and other people have a chance to make money as well.
The grading thing, I might have to send them a couple cards.
There you go.
Yeah, no, listen, it was a huge, phenomenal agreement that we were given with Beckett. It's 14-day turnaround time, unlimited value too. Doesn't matter what the card's worth. So it's still going to cost $75 for a 2-week turnaround time. I literally posted it one time on Instagram, and I think we've had like 200 DMs about it. We already have 100 cards on the way from other people. So it's definitely going to be a huge beneficial service to a lot of people that are going to be grading with us.
Now, besides that, I know that you gentlemen are going to be starting to stream. So what are the plans for the first stream, and what can we see on that side of things going forward for Card Collecting Bros?
The first stream's going to happen on Whatnot. It'll be Friday, 8:00. So tune in if you are interested. We're going to be doing a giveaway on mystery packs. We got to work out the details first, but we believe once we hit 100 viewers in our live stream, we're going to do 25 random spots. Those 25 people are going to get a free pack into the mystery pack. And our chasers are going to be anywhere between $1,000 to $5,000 a piece. So they could possibly be walking away with a $5,000 card for absolutely free.
Amazing.
Wow. That's impressive.
Oh, we're trying to get our name out there. We already have a pretty big following on IG, and we're just trying to give back to the community. Like I said, me and Rick we're sitting on thousands of cards at our houses that are still raw, and we haven't even been graded yet. So these cards that we're going to be putting in mystery packs are the first batch that we just got back from Beckett. So out of 105 cards, we got 5 BGS 10s. We got 50 BGS 95s. I mean, Beckett blessed us with some good grades and a lot of value in these cards.
So we talked about your nicknames earlier, but obviously on the Instagram, there's some more nicknames. So I want to know who else is filling out this roster? Who are we going to have on the breaking side of things? Who are the rest of the team and their nicknames too? The conservative one, the hype man. Who do we got here?
Yeah. So the hype man is Reno. Reno's going to be one of the breakers. You met Reno. The conservative one is my brother. My brother's going to be breaking on the page. He's going to be based in New Jersey, though. We project him to be breaking in the next 90 days or so. The two people that are missing from there is Jacob and Manu. We call him JP and Manu. Jacob is another one of the breakers. He's going to be tag teaming with Reno. He's the professor. That's his nickname. I mean, the guy's pulled some heat since he's been doing it. I think he's been doing this for 2 years now. And he's just a great
Super
guy.
Smart guy.
Yeah, super happy to have him part of the team. And Manu's the wizard. Manu knows everyone. Everyone loves her. She can do everything when it comes to purchasing and shipping and everything that happens on the back end of things that people don't see. She's the most important one. So,
she's like our room mother.
Yeah,
Everything in the back end.
She definitely gives off that vibe. I would agree with that. Definitely gives off that vibe.
Yeah, Jacob, class is always in session.
Yeah, I would never speak out of line to Manu, and definitely Reno and the team of Reno and the professor for sure. Definitely quite the tag team there. No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Now this idea for streaming, how give me a little timeline. How long did it take to come up with the idea? Basically, how long has it been in the works for you guys?
Probably. I mean, Rick and I have dabbled with the idea for months now of us gravitating to away from the breaking side and spending all this money on cards and purchasing all the wax and mystery packs and getting them all together. But probably within the past 60 days, that's when it really started to take motion. And we just decided, I mean, it's inevitable that you're probably not going to be profitable in the first couple months. Maybe even 6 months, you're not going to be profitable in the beginning stages because you got to gain the following first. But it's a risk that we're willing to take, and we just want to figure out a way to stay in the hobby and not spend $20,000 a day on useless wax. That's pretty much what our plan is here. Yeah.
There you go. There you have it. Well, gentlemen, last but not least, we usually like to open this up to everybody. Where can we find you? How can we follow? How can we get into the streams? Anything like that, anything we may have missed, the floor is yours.
So we have the main card collecting bros page on Instagram. We have a new page that we just created that's called CC Breaks. We'd appreciate a follow there. And the first stream that we will be doing is on Whatnot. Card Collecting Bros. The first live show will be Friday at 8 o'clock. And we have every intention on opening up more channels on Whatnot and gravitating towards Twitch and YouTube and all these other resources as well. We're trying to get big. We're trying to do it quick. I don't think we'll ever touch the size Leighton is, but I want to be there. That's our goal.
I'm sure you guys are familiar with Roto and CB47, which is a huge movement on Whatnot. They have like 12,000 followers. We have full support of them. We're actually be the featured break of the night on Saturday, 9:47 p.m. And so we're looking forward to that. Friday night's gonna be a trial run, with just some team breaks and some miscellaneous things, and then our big preview is gonna be Saturday at 9:47 p.m.
Awesome. Well. Nice. Thank you guys for joining us so much. We really appreciate taking your time out of your days, and good luck with that. Please keep up with us in the future when you have some other stuff to announce and other things you'll be doing.
Of course. Thank you so much for having us, man. This was a blast.
Anytime, guys.
Absolutely, absolutely.
There you have it. The Card Collecting Bros, but not to be outdone by their depth chart there. Deep team that they have. Card Collecting Bros on what night? Tonight, the first stream. Make sure you are checking them out. Also, giveaways tomorrow on Saturday. So there you have it.
Stacked roster.
They do. They really do. Like they had mentioned in the interview there, Manu, Reno, Jacob, obviously a few great cats there and very versatile and definitely a good team. So looking forward to hopefully maybe doing some stuff with them in the future and seeing where they go. But make sure you're checking them out tonight. Now,
I know you're excited for this next one.
I am. To the main event, ladies and gentlemen. Not that I wasn't excited about the interview before, because I had some help from Manu and Reno to set that up. But here it is. Today's box rip giveaway. I really, really love this one. So AEW Dynamite came to town the other day, so we had a chance to have 3 of its stars in the Chase studio to rip some packs with us. We did a box of Upper Deck AEW, and we did a box of Marvel Annual. I'm really excited for this. Guys, check this out. All Ego, Ethan Page, Smart Mark Sterling, Evil Uno. We want to give you the special presentation. Jeez, here you go. There it is.
Presentation.
Check it out. For you. Mark's excited. We got the stars of AEW in the house. Smart Mark Sterling, All Ego, Ethan Page, and of course the Dark Order's Evil Uno. Number 1, throwing up the deuces.
That's right.
So, gentlemen, how are you? Number 1, thank you for being here with us.
Oh, yeah. You're wearing the Rock shirt. I'm happy.
Yes.
Already. Yeah.
Very excited. Very excited.
I did my research. I may or may not have done this on purpose, let's be honest.
Maybe.
So,
Where are we looking right? This camera right
Yeah, look at.
You're looking at yourself.
Yeah,
I've literally.
You can look. Are you looking up?
Screen like 3 times.
I mean, I look great today, so hey.
You do look dapper.
Yeah.
I do the same thing. I end up looking up at the TV. I never actually look at the camera. It's just how, I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's like we're interviewing people on Zoom. We're looking up, not at them. We're just looking up at the screen. So you know, you look wherever you want, wherever you feel comfortable.
All right.
I'm going up here then.
We got that. Yeah, just spin around, and we'll have you just do the whole breakdown.
Backshot the whole time.
Oh, so have you gentlemen ever done anything like this?
Yeah, we
unpacked
on
all 3 of us a few months ago. Yeah, we had a dry run for the AEW Twitch channel.
Okay.
In preparation for today. Yeah, we knew this was going to happen.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, you guys were definitely, it was a foreshadowing right there.
That's right, yeah.
Also, we've covered this a lot on the Major Wrestling Figure podcast, but we talk about the AEW cards often. It's like when they first came out, how much they were worth, and people getting them graded, and things like that.
Yeah.
What was that podcast again?
The Major Wrestling Figure.
Was it that comes out when?
Every Friday.
Oh, it's just so weird because I don't cover these on my weekly toy vlog that's available every Sunday at 1 o'clock on my YouTube channel, but I can't wait to look at them today.
Great plug.
Welcome to the 2022 David Adams Plug-a-thon. We'll have the toll-free number down at the bottom right there. But yeah, that's stuff obviously I want to get into as we get into this. But obviously I know you guys are big, toy fans in general, pop culture. So we brought some Marvel into the mix as well.
We loved it. When we found out we were opening the AEW cards, we were pumped. But the Marvel, all right, here we go. Here we go.
Last
I knew that'd be the
plug,
kicker.
before we get going, we gotta talk about AEW wrestling on Dynamite every Wednesday at 8 Eastern. That's the main reason we're here, right?
TBS!
AEW. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for AEW.
Also, don't forget about Rampage every
How
Friday
could we
at
forget?
10 p.m. on TNT.
That's right, TNT, different channel.
Different channel.
TBS and TNT.
Double the fun.
The plug-a-thon continues.
Double the
That's
fun.
right.
I love this.
We
This
haven't
is
even
great.
gone to me.
This is what you know, consummate pros. They may or may not have done this once or twice.
Yeah, that's why we plugged ourselves first, got that out of the way, and then we went to business.
There you go. So before we get into ripping real quick too, I know you guys were here a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I was already shopping. I'm leaving with a graded action figure today. So
I might be too.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm bullying both of you guys into buying something before.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
100%, especially if I'm filming.
Yeah.
That's true.
We got to put on a show, boys.
That's okay.
Graded action figures, graded movie scripts.
Yep.
This is
VHSs, they're still wrapped. The video games are blowing our minds. Like the warehouse here is nuts.
unbelievable.
Yeah. Is all this stuff available on your guys' website?
Yeah, dacardworld.com. Most things are available right there.
What was that website again?
dacardworld.com.
There you go.
I'll be shopping. Yeah. People watching this know that. But now I know it. I'm for sure shopping on your guys' website. I didn't like the stuff you guys had available. We didn't even know
We were
was an
unaware.
option.
Yeah.
And we're I would say pretty deep in the collecting world. Like to see stuff that was blowing our minds.
Yeah.
Blowing our minds.
So I think that's huge that we were able to do that today. We were able to unearth something for them,
yeah.
something
Oh,
new.
truthfully,
You guys have pretty much seen it all.
We thought we were here
For
to
real.
unpack cards. I
Yeah.
didn't realize we'd be seeing graded stuff, and I'm literally going to be buying things.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Great.
We got customers. Love that. All right. What do you guys want to do first? You want to do AEW?
Yeah.
Do we want to plug that some more? We
We're
want to do
heck
that
aware of
first?
that.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. You want me to do the honors?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're the professional.
We'll do it.
Yeah,
But
see that? You did a little.
little slice.
Okay.
You
Oh,
know?
yeah. Well, you yelled at me because I bite with my teeth.
Yeah.
That's
No,
not
sorry. You do it.
That's no good.
Some people listen. I don't care. There's other people who watch out there though. A little nervous when they see something.
Enjoy the show.
I love it.
everybody. It's
I
about
love
to
it.
Get wild in
All
here.
right. I want you guys to open though.
Yes.
Okay.
He says yes.
No, they don't.
Go ahead. Yes, you guys do
All
it.
right,
Now,
teach me the technique, Mark.
yes. Now we do have an overhead camera that will show. If you could flip that, Stevens. There we go.
Whoa.
There you go.
Tell me if I'm right here. So just one of these guys. Oh crap.
Oh,
No, you gotta
see,
use, You gotta
perfect.
use your nails sometimes. It's annoying.
There's the technique.
All right.
All right.
Not as good as my cohorts on the Major Wrestling Figure podcast. Oh, we got a regular Jericho here. Brandy Rhodes. Frankie.
Ooh, flipped over. All right.
What are the damn?
Hey, that's no easy task,
This
too.
is an epic signature?
Yeah.
Is that the stuff we have to do in the hotel? Which takes 4 hours?
Yes. Yes.
That's the
That's
one.
the,
That's
Good
the
to
one.
see it pay off.
Yes. Finally.
Guys, I'm going to tell you this too. A little inside baseball. This is a great card because I've seen Luchasaurus's autograph when
Yeah.
he gets lazy.
Yeah.
It's just an L.
Oh yeah, this
So you got some swiggles on there.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
That's
Damn.
first hour of signing.
Oh,
Definitely.
this is actually the
All right,
perfect
but
place
let's
to
put
mention
that
this.
somewhere.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
so-
Hey, by the way, too, that's 1 of 5.
Oh!
Super low print.
Yeah, only 5 of them out there.
Super short number. So that's it.
Wow,
So we got 5 of the good ones out there.
Oh, now we're not going to get.
And
that.
then the rest might be the L's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. Damn. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
That's actually
we set
one
the
of
bar
5.
high.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
were you gonna
Where do
say?
we go from? So what I was gonna say was, we've all signed something in regards to these cards, and it's because it's been taking so long for everything to come out. I don't know the process of how cards are made, but eventually there will be Ethan Page signed cards available. This is documented in my vlog, have signed a couple cards, like one specific way. So there will be a 1 of 1 Ethan Page signed AEW card. Like there'll be one with a star. I think I signed one as Julian. So there will be like a couple 1 of 1s available to make sure that there's like cards to chase for fans.
Which is funny you say that because that's starting to happen a lot more in the sports world too. Is guys are signing stuff and they're specifically saying like I remember there was one basketball player who literally wrote watch or keep an eye out for this card for me or like watch out for this card for me.
Yeah.
Keep it safe. So a lot of guys are doing that. So I think that's a huge note for collectors right there.
Yeah, especially we're ripping cards. You collect cards. Look out for these cards.
Yeah.
We pull one of mine.
Yeah.
Let's
I did
we'll
all
keep
mine
going.
regular.
Are you not in
But
this line?
I took
You're
it.
not in this one, Ethan?
No.
No.
You'll be in the
not
next
yet,
one, right? I think Spectrum, I believe, is coming out sooner rather than later.
I hope I'm in that one too. Okay. We got main features Mr. Brody
Very
Lee.
cool.
Got a magazine Kenny. Got an Ortiz.
He's got hair.
Matt Jackson. Okay. Oh, you got.
I got one.
You got one? All right.
All right.
Do the honors.
Now, I wanted to ask you, though, Major Wrestling Figure Podcast.
Yeah.
How did that come to be? I know you're the producer, but how did that all get started?
Well, Matt Cardona, Brian Myers, two pretty famous wrestlers. They are honestly the two most knowledgeable people on planet Earth when it comes to wrestling action figures. Just the history from the very first wrestling action figure to now. So I couldn't think of two better people to have a podcast on wrestling figures. And when they said, "Oh, maybe we'll start this," I just knew it would be a success. So I said, "Brian, let me produce this thing because I know it's going to be great," and it was. So
Yeah.
here we are, 4 years later.
And you guys have expanded so much, too. It's not just the podcast anymore. I know you guys do events at Creative Pro, and I know you do the toy drive during Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Great cause.
Yeah.
I was a part of theirs this year, and they took me to the warehouse where they're like sending all the toys.
Mhm.
It's overwhelming to see how many toys get donated.
Wrestling
It's
toys,
very
too.
cool. All wrestling toys.
I think
all
in the
packaged.
past 4 years, maybe 400,000 toys.
Yeah.
Just on the
Really?
podcast.
Yeah.
Wow.
Incredible.
Yeah, pretty nuts.
insane.
So any big plans for the later part of 2020 here or going into
Well, we got the
2023?
toy drive. We got FWF. It's a wrestling show on October 9th. But yeah, just tune in every Friday for the podcast and our YouTube channel too, Major Pod Network. That's like the podcast and the YouTube channel are big deals.
Great.
By the way, I like that you said going from 2020 to 2023. You just pretend the pandemic didn't happen too, or what?
I'm starting to get to that point.
2020 to 2023. What do you got planned, Mark?
Everything right now for me, has been pre-pandemic, post-pandemic. I don't remember what day it is, what time,
That's great.
So
We did get the fireworks too.
So what?
there
Okay,
you go.
I know you guys explained it to me when we did this live for the AEW.
Yeah, the
Twitch,
levelings of them. Yeah.
but it didn't stick. So the firework ones they're good, right?
Yeah, so normally what Upper Deck will do is they do things called insert/parallels. So you'll have your base ones. So the fireworks are more like your parallels.
Okay.
So yeah, the fireworks ones are a little rarer, if you
Okay.
will, than just the
But
the
that
base.
that 1 of 5 is that's nuts that we got.
Yeah, here it is right here if you want to check it out.
And
again.
actually, so the fact that this is pyro.
Yeah, I think that's the Pyro one. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Pyro signed. So you could get Luchasaurus.
Pyro.
You could get Luchasaurus signed regular.
Yeah.
But this
Yep.
is the Pyro Luchasaurus, so very rare.
Yep.
Fine.
That's a
Awesome.
lot. That's a lot more
Unbelievable.
rare.
That's
Yeah.
super cool.
All right.
All right, Uno,
Appreciate it.
you're up.
We got Charles. We got Lance Hoyt. Darby Allen.
Lance.
Jake Hager.
Oh, by God. JR.
There he is.
Ross.
paper in there?
Main features Brian Cage.
He has a
Rick
family.
Baker, and Daddy Ed.
Daddy ass himself. Now, you want to talk about you specially signing cards? I'd love to see a card signed Daddy ass.
There's definitely there will be a whole amount of them soon, I'm sure. Yeah.
Amazing.
I think we just did another round of signatures recently.
Yeah. True. I've done 2 now.
Yeah, same.
Very nice. Now, all of you obviously being figure collectors, I want to know, how do you guys feel about the whole, grading process? And it seems like it went from just trying to find one encapsulated in good condition, and now we're starting to do the grading. So, will you be participating in grading some of your figures, or how do you guys feel about that, it getting a little more mainstream?
I personally am very, very out of the grading world. Like I've seen them firsthand, but I've never graded my stuff personally, just because I feel if I go to that level, then I'll never find the perfect thing. I feel like on card, in bubble, and as well conditioned as I can is good enough for me. But now I'm seeing some cool graded ones, and I know he's gonna make me buy one, and that's that
from here.
I wasn't even a collector until me and Julian started toy hunt. Well, he did all the toy hunts, and I started attending them. So who knows? Maybe this will be the day I start doing graded stuff too.
It will be.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it will. Definitely.
We were
It's not a maybe, it's a definite.
Oh yeah. We were talking about this before we came in. How it's cool that all the nerds, all of us, have just silently decided that we're gonna preserve history. Like we're just like, no, I'm gonna pay for it. I'll send it out. I'm gonna make sure that this thing stays as pristine as possible for as many years as possible. So we're literally making sure that these things last forever,
Right.
without even we're all just like, yeah, we'll do it. Don't worry. You don't got to start anything. We'll take care of it. We love it enough that we're gonna take care of it. That's the way I look at it. And then in 30 years, who knows what it's gonna be worth?
Yeah.
I have a few graded video games.
Okay, so
Star Wars Super Nintendo and Raw Super Nintendo. I'm looking for Royal Rumble Super Nintendo. I would love to get that sealed and then get that graded.
Get it to him.
We did get this. It's thick.
Ooh, okay, a little thicker cardboard there, huh? Is that another fireworks maybe?
Yep.
I think so. There you go. Very nice.
Now, as we go on to the next pack, I gotta ask, how did you guys get into collecting?
So I've always loved toys, ever since I was a kid. Probably because I don't know, it was the perfect thing for someone with a big imagination.
Mm-hmm.
You do whatever you want, say whatever you want, create whatever you want. So that was my real attachment to it. Collecting, it just kind of over time. I don't know. I feel like we're always chasing nostalgia, so I'm just chasing the feeling I had when I was a kid,
100%.
or purchasing things I wish I had. Other kids in the neighborhood had a play set that I wish I had, or a whole set of toys I wish I had. And I always joke with these guys you get 1 or 2 from a set, and then you have to look at the back of the card forever. It's well, now I don't have to just look at the back of the card. I can collect them all.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to collect everything that I loved when I was a kid.
That's cool.
No, go ahead. No.
I personally started with video games, so I have an insane amount of video games in my home. Part of it is I started collecting them when I was a kid, but also when I became a pro wrestler, my character was video game focused, and so I would just get constant gifts of video games. And after a while, I just realized I should be keeping all of this stuff. I should be collecting. I should be presenting it in my house. And then eventually, what happened is that I started attending Julian's toy hunts, and next thing you know, the toys that I used to have when I was a teenager that I got rid of in the moves, or my parents would end up selling, I'm now recollecting as well, and now in much better condition than what I had as a kid. So it's been very cool. It's been very exciting, and I feel like I'm just falling into more and more collections. I had told myself I was going to do a hard stop on just Kenner Batman stuff, and now I'm already looking at Street Sharks.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
Turtles. The Ninja Turtles stuff.
Oh, big turtles.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys have any personal favorites to your collections?
Star
Wars
for me.
Star
Wars is my, other than wrestling, obviously wrestling is the main thing, and the thing I started recollecting, but Star Wars is my favorite sort of happy place thing. So love it.
I love my Mortal Kombat collection. That was my real I'm gonna start this collection, hunt it down as best as I can, as close to mint on card as possible, and they're super rare when they were the G.I. Joe style when Hasbro made them. And I have the full collection, and that was actually my first graded figure was Sub-Zero from that.
Cool.
Nice.
I collect Batman stuff in general. I had a Batman wedding. I have a Batman shrine in my house. It all comes from the.
Yeah.
As everybody should.
He is Batman.
I
Yeah.
am Batman. I made,
He's under the-
there's a reason I wear a mask. But that all started from when I was a kid.
I've never seen you and Batman in the same room.
It's true.
I'll tell you that much.
It's never happened for very good reason. Oh, these textured cards.
Those canvas,
Yeah, the canvas
yeah,
cards.
The canvas are nice.
What? That's not me, dude. Oh.
There you are.
Now,
Oh my god, jeez, Frankie.
Frankie Kazarian all over this product right here.
He really is the main feature.
We talk a lot on the podcast about, this set. This is AEW Series 1, right?
Mhm.
So technically a lot of rookie cards in here. MJF, his technical rookie card. Do you count some of the indie cards that were created for him?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Because
So-
I got some beef with these indie cards. Because no one ever asks the talent permission. It's kind of
Yes.
just like they're just
Same.
trying to make pennies as quickly as possible. So then now they have all these cards in the world with my likeness on it that I never agreed to, that I nicely signed for fans because I'm a gentleman. But I didn't have any say. But now they have these cards that are in the world. Are these my rookie cards?
Well, it depends on the collector, I think, really. So some people, I know Limitless Wrestling MJF, that I think is the first. There's GCW MJF.
Yep.
But it depends because, some people are like, no, it's got to be one of the main card sets.
Which I feel like that's what you see if you go to eBay, and everybody's obsessed with eBay, looking at comps and checking out prices of different cards. I've seen things with sports figures that these before they were in the league, or just kind of some of these custom cards do not go for as much money as, say, an Upper Deck rookie. So I would say this is a case where that would be a true rookie in my opinion.
Here's my opinion of it. If someone is just going to customize and make whatever they want, you could literally have had a card. The day I was born, someone could have made a baby. Yeah, a baby card. That's my first card. But I think if it comes in a pack and you have to rip it, and it's like presented as like, we don't know if you're going to get this card, like a true pack of cards. To me, that's the real thing. Or else you could just go look for like a random. There's a million Ethan Page cards out there.
Well,
I had no say in.
Right, and that's the thing. It's all about the chase.
Yeah.
See, I can plug too. The chase,
The chase.
So it's all about it. But I would agree that there's a lot different feeling and just everything surrounding actually opening a pack.
Yeah.
And having be able to you got to put the work in.
Right. Yeah.
So my point here is, if you're going to think in the future of the biz, Ricky Starks, MJF, going to be huge stars. You're talking this is their set with their rookie card. If you got an MJF signed Pyro, that's a hell of a card.
Probably be
You
unbelievable.
hold on to that puppy.
Yeah.
Maybe get that graded.
I was gonna say I definitely think that those are cards you would try to get graded, absolutely.
All right, let's see.
Now, are you still? I know you have, like you said, your favorite stuff there, but you're a big Batman collector and Power Rangers as well.
Oh, huge Power Rangers. Batman's huge for me. Marvel's really, really, really big for me. Mortal Kombat, Dragon Ball Z. I would say those are like the big properties I'm all chasing stuff for.
Now, I'm interested because I know people go to these. Have you ever been to like one of the Power Rangers Comic-Cons and like met any of the actors or anything like that?
Not yet, no. I'm hoping that my fandom just gets enough attention that they're like, oh, we should bring this guy in. He likes this stuff.
I mean, I don't know how we haven't seen an Ethan Page JDF crossover yet.
There was actually, to break some news here, almost happened, but apparently JDF's too big of a name to share the spotlight with Ethan Page.
Are you sure it's not the other way around?
No, I definitely know it's not because I was all on board. Hell no.
He's like, I'm all in on
I'm
it.
all in.
What's JDF?
Jason David Frank,
Oh.
the Green Ranger.
I like you address.
Also, apparently, the real All Ego.
You were trying to wrestle him at one point, right?
Yeah,
We were supposed to wrestle
This
each
is
other.
like old
Really?
school Ethan
Yeah.
Page just calling people out, right?
JDF, hey, listen, JDF's got some heat with Ethan Page right now.
Sure does.
Yeah, now, not many people know you started as Player Uno, correct?
Correct. Yes, I was a video game character for 11 years.
Yeah.
11 years. Evil Uno, just a dumb choice for a name. That's all.
Yeah, obviously Super Smash Brothers, I know you guys wrestled, I know you're from Quebec, but, you wrestle a lot in Toronto with Stu. So,
Yes.
and, Ethan, I know you as well. I've seen you wrestle at ESW.
Oh no! Okay, that's.
I've seen you wrestle at ESW.
There we go.
What we got?
Hey, Uno.
Oh, there it is.
We're gonna
Is that Pyro?
Yeah,
Oh,
Dynamo.
there's the pyro on.
I think that it's a red
pair. Good.
looks like a red parallel too, so that might be a different number or just a shorter print.
There we go.
So what does it mean for you guys to be wrestling back in Buffalo now?
I not to plug more stuff. I went to that 80s toy shop.
Yes.
And I've been to that shop so many times because I would just drive from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, come to Buffalo or Rochester to wrestle, and that shop was like I would stop there all the time. And then now to come back with AEW, film a toy hunt there, and like it's different, but it's cool to kind of be doing the same things, but it's a lot more exciting.
Now I know you've done shows like Smash and places in Toronto. Have you ever made it down to wrestle in Buffalo before?
I wrestled for ESW a couple times.
There you go.
There you go. Speaking of Buffalo,
when they were in their the fire station. I also did.
there you go. Sammy, a little red firework there.
Every Time I Die's last pro wrestling show and concert here in Buffalo. I was
Yes,
also on that
at
one.
Riverworks.
Yes,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I didn't know it was going to be that last time for the band.
Right.
But, very fortunate to have been there.
ESW, definitely a great atmosphere. Funny enough, that fire hall that they put the shows on, I could walk there. It was like right around the corner from my parents' house.
So you've been to a lot of shows.
I've been to a lot of ESW shows over the year, yes.
I wrestled AEW once.
You did?
Yeah.
I did.
I was going to say, I know you're more Long Island area, or where are you at now?
I trained in New York. I live in Massachusetts now. So
Okay.
I drove here last night. It was a nice little drive. Had a nice audiobook.
I thought this was a Jose the Assistant card, and I was going to get so mad. I was going to get so mad. Oh my God.
Hey, what's the deal with this top rope one?
So the top rope one here, it might be just a red parallel. Let's see, sometimes there's numbering on the back here. Yeah, so sometimes they're just, they have different color parallels, so this one just might be the red one. There might be a blue or something, or a green type situation. So even though they're not numbered, some of them just might be shorter print than the others.
Got it.
So
wait, that's the same one that he signed, right? But it's just a
Yep.
different,
but yeah,
same
different.
photo, different. Okay.
yeah, same photo, just different background there.
There's man, does he look different nowadays?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, seriously.
I was gonna say that about
Oh,
Waldo,
God,
too.
another
when his
JR.
card was out.
Or, yeah, so that's the other thing I was talking about rookies. You're thinking about this set with that Wardlow card, man.
That too.
Talking about future of the biz.
Now, you are the best lawyer in professional wrestling. Would you say you are indeed the smartest Mark in pro wrestling?
Of course I am. I'm a genius.
Mark Henry's pretty smart.
3 bachelors, 2 masters, and an MBA.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Come on.
I think that, there's really not much more to say there. Definitely takes the
right.
cake.
Yeah.
I think I figured the whole thing out right now, too. We're towards the end. You got to go from the bottom.
That's what there. See, there you go. Power right there.
Okay.
I'll show you my way after.
Okay.
See what the card peeps think.
So I got to ask you guys, obviously you're traveling with AEW, you got your podcast. How do you just weigh everything?
How do we what?
How do you just weigh everything in your life? You obviously personal life, you got AEW traveling, and you got your podcast. How do you just weigh all that with everything going on?
I mean, I have a lot of people that help. You know, my brother is sort of in the business, I guess, now. He helps me produce the podcast. My wife helps me with travel, you know, and I have sort of got it down to a science now. I know exactly how to pack very quickly for the one-day loops. But it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. I mean, you know, we're fortunate to sort of live this life. So,
For me, I'm gonna be the biggest star in AEW's history, and I figure if that's gonna happen, I just gotta shut up and do the work. So I just shut up and do the work.
It's like I get told here, you just got to shut up and work.
Shut up and do the work. You just gotta grind, baby.
If you guys shut up, nothing will get done on the show. So that's not a good
That's a good
idea.
point. That's a good point. That's why we have to talk.
It's going to be a quiet episode.
So it's amazing. All these questions just off the cuff today. Didn't have to write any questions down.
Right?
It's rare.
and also Evil Uno, you know, doing AEW games. He's working double for the company too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I work a whole lot as well. But we've grinded for wrestling for all of our lives.
Yeah.
So to finally have made it to a point where it's making us money.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a bit of a workaholic, and so I'll keep taking projects until I feel satiated. I'm never satiated, so that's why I'm always working.
Yeah.
I'm doing AEW games. I'm doing my own Twitch streams. I used to vlog. On top of wrestling, on top of independence shows, on top of signings. You know, and then
Adds up.
then you definitely does, and then you have to manage your home life and still be a good person on top of that. It's not easy, but honestly, I appreciate doing it and not really changing who I am.
Yeah, I think that's the key.
It's not the easiest.
Now AEW games.
Yeah.
I know Fight Forever is on the horizon. How's everything going with that?
So I don't work directly on the game, but I have just played the demo because we went to Germany at Gamescom.
Yeah, I saw you and Colt did a demo, right?
Yeah, so we presented the game, and it's going very well. We won the Gamescom Sports Game of the Year for what was presented that year. I can give you a pretty good summary. If you've played any of the N64 games and you wanted a new N64 wrestling game based on that engine, that's literally what we're doing.
Oh,
That
for real?
you don't know that?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I'm not a video
Yes.
game guy.
That's
cool.
right. So the engine is exactly like the old THQ games. It plays very similarly. It's crazy.
Wait,
You know,
like
it's
No Mercy?
Yes. So it like the controller's not the same, right? We're not playing
Right,
an N64
right.
controller
Sure.
anymore. But somehow, without even doing the tutorial, you instantly know instinctively what you have to do because you've played it before. You just don't realize you've played it before.
Kenny's working on it, right?
Yes,
I mean,
correct.
that makes sense.
Kenny Omega is a big part of So I am only an ambassador. I just love video games. But Kenny Omega actually has his input on the game. He's working diligently to have it come out, and on top of that, be a good representation of our company. And so it's been very cool to see. I don't know how far we have still to go, but it was great to have hands-on on it, and I'm really excited for the final product.
That excites me because I'm like so bad at video games to know that they went back in time and just recreated.
Oh, it's a lot simpler.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Ethan Banks can play this one. Yeah.
Yeah, this is way more of an arcade game, much less of simulation, which was like nowadays wrestling games are way more about simulating every single aspect of it and less about the actual gameplay. This one is just fun gameplay.
Oh, that's awesome.
You just want to mash buttons.
Yeah, that's
Right.
right.
That's
That's
right.
Mortal Kombat. The same.
Yeah,
3
I just
buttons.
wanna-
Let's go.
That's it. I want to see cool moves. That's it.
Oh yeah.
So now, with that being said,
Yes.
across the board, I'd like to know, deep catalog, what's your favorite wrestling game
Oh, this is literally
ever?
Oh.
You want me to start? I know mine off the top. Virtual Pro Wrestling 2. It's if we're talking about the same engine here as the Aki engine and the games that No Mercy was made of, this is the same game, but it's the New Japan brand.
Yes.
So it has a larger roster. It has MMA guys, and they have different. So there's a different approach. So you can't pin people. You have to submit people. You can't whip an MMA guy. They don't have moves. They have either takedowns or combinations of strikes.
Was this for PlayStation?
This was for N64 as well. You can only import it. It never showed up in America, so you can only import it. It has double layer finishers. So, for example, if you're Kobashi, you might do the Burning Lariat, and after you do the Burning Lariat, you taunt the second time, and you only have one chance to hit the Burning Hammer. So, if you do that second layer of finishers, you only have that one opportunity to do it. So, it had a lot of really cool stuff. I wish I could tell you what the story mode is like, but I can't read Japanese. I played it. I don't know what the heck I was doing.
I heard it's a very difficult game, though.
It is very difficult, yeah, because it's the last of a series of those games, and so they just became harder and harder. I don't know if you remember, but No Mercy, when you did the IC title line, you couldn't beat China in 3 minutes. It was quasi-impossible. This game's the same. So it's a lot of that, but that's my favorite pro wrestling game for sure.
Yeah.
What's yours?
So I would say two. So Royal Rumble for Super Nintendo, I attribute it. I have like this whole shrine to it in my office. I've got the game, the box, not sealed, still looking for sealed, and then around it, figures of the entire roster. Because that game was kind of my first introduction to wrestling and really understanding the characters. When I was little, I was aware of Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, things like that. But getting this Royal Rumble game or renting it, and then really understanding the characters and then kind of researching them, that was my gateway into wrestling, and then here I am, right?
Yeah.
So Royal Rumble for Super Nintendo is why I'm here right now. So I love it, and it's kind of fun.
It is fun.
But No Mercy is my favorite wrestling game.
So I have two games too. One of them is Royal Rumble, but for Sega Genesis.
Different rosters.
It is different.
and
rosters.
Really?
Hogan's
Yeah.
in that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And different rosters, and I would use it as like a booking tool. So, but I would do like CPU versus CPU, and I would book like my shows and let them just play out. And you know how annoying that game is. Like,
I was gonna say so boring.
But I watched the hell out of it, and then I would like do my little shows. See who
That's
would be out.
cool.
Rick Martel ended up being world champ, but so that game for me is like a big one. I'll still put that in my Sega and go out and mash the hell out of it. Or get the turbo controller where you just hold it down and it acts like it's button mashing, you can always win that way.
It is a button mash.
Yeah. And I would say my game that if it's like, oh, let's play a game that I enjoy to play, Fire Pro.
Wow. Yeah.
Question, just not to add to this tangent, but did you ever move on to TEW or EWR, the actual booking games?
Oh, so EWR was like my entire, I would say, teenage years.
Same. That
like,
I used to
hours upon hours upon hours.
I used to send my save file to a friend. He would do the competing show, and we go back and forth every single week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't play EWR, but I played many versions of the booking simulating things.
TEW probably is
I
the
got a
other
little
one.
older. than you guys.
Once they started charging for it, that's when I was out because I literally booked my own wrestling company and ran monthly shows. And I
By
was
that
like,
point,
okay, you're doing real shows. You don't have to do these fake shows. But I was doing it until my 20s still. Yeah, and I would keep a PC because they didn't have a version for my Mac.
Yeah.
So I would literally keep a PC just to play EWR.
That's amazing. Nothing was probably like hearing that thing turn on and just churn while you're
Yeah.
fantasy booking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now, speaking of that, have we seen the last of Alpha 1, or are we ever going to see any more shows again? Or
It's a great compliment. You know what my wrestling promotion is called. Thank you. I would say no, probably not. I love writing for wrestling. I love booking shows. I love cultivating talent and kind of finding what people's strengths are and accentuating them and hiding their weaknesses. It's just something that I enjoy doing. I definitely can see myself doing it again in the future. When, I don't know. Will it be in America since I've moved here? I don't know. I still have like a very big attachment to my hometown, and that's where the promotion started, so I'd love it to stay in Canada, but yeah, I don't know. Never say never. I'm an ambitious person, so I'm sure it'll eventually happen.
I tried to get up there to shows for years, and just work schedules didn't work, but always looked like a good time.
Yeah, it was.
I know you and MJF had the dog collar match up there. Always
We squashed
scared.
our beef.
Yeah. For now, right?
We squashed our beef.
Oh yeah. That's good. I'm glad. I just want both guys to have fun. You know what I mean?
I'm glad too. He's rich. So.
So I've unpacked here. We got the Marvel annual that we can get onto now. Mark looked like he was itching there, so I wanted to.
Yeah. What's the deal? Can you explain to
Yeah.
us?
Yeah.
What are we looking for here?
All right.
21.
Glad you asked. So let me make sure all the packs are out. There they are.
Upper Deck.
So we're looking for one premium insert per pack is what they're calling it. What a premium insert is, I'm not too sure.
So would that be the Luchasaurus? Is that the guaranteed one in the AEW box?
So that's why I thought this was a big pull right off the rip, because actually you are not guaranteed an auto in each AEW box.
Oh.
It's only like, I think there's a 12-box case, and X amount of boxes per case are going to have an auto.
Whoa.
So the fact that we pulled an auto and it was out of 5, pretty big deal.
Yeah,
that is
on the first pack too.
And that's going to be a giveaway.
Yeah, literally.
And we'll tell you on Friday's show how you'll be able to enter the giveaway.
Tell me so I can enter.
That'll be in post. I'll tell you after the
Yeah,
fact.
sure.
I'll figure it out.
All right. So these are what, comic cards or?
Yeah. So these are comic cards. See, these are for the year 2020, 2021. So I'm assuming you'll see some different versions of different characters in terms of different universes.
Is the art only from this era, or is it going to be like?
No, I think it's a yearly thing. So you'll see different storylines throughout that year, but probably from the past as well.
Okay.
So yeah, and you know what?
Let's rip them in.
I was gonna say the best way to see is let's tear it open.
Do you still read Marvel comics, Julie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Still nowadays?
I have
don't
Marvel
think
Unlimited, so I do too.
Oh.
I don't read actual
I'm a
comics.
physical book person though.
Same,
I
I'm
have
the
to
same
wait
way.
for the trade to come out.
Hercules.
I'm way more of a DC guy. typically.
Wolfsbane.
See,
Fin Fang
you know, I always was growing up too. Like,
Oh, this is cool.
obviously showing my age, I would see the reruns of the Hanna-Barbera, but like, Legend of the Super Friends and things like that, Super Friends in general, I was always hooked on that.
So this is cool. This has got the original Professor
Humble
Xavier
beginnings.
and the new one. I started to read this House of X, Power of X series, and I was so confused. I like 2 books in, I just don't get it. But it sounds pretty cool.
Where?
You really sold me on it. Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really
In case you were wondering.
I don't get it. I don't know if I'm missing something. I don't know.
Need the spark notes.
I think the last time I read a Marvel comic book through was probably House of M. So that's nearly a decade ago. Maybe even more than a decade now.
Yeah.
Oh wow, time flies.
Now, so DC,
Number one
Yes.
spot.
who Who would you say is your favorite, probably, I guess, for lack of a better term, underrated character that you'd maybe like to see them plug into their universe in terms of, movies or
So,
shows?
I mean, I'm a Batman guy, so anything that's tangentially Batman is what I like to jump into. I have a personal favorite as far as a side character that doesn't get used a whole lot, and that's Calendar Man.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I don't know how much you can get out of him, to be honest. You know, like I think he's kind of a one-trick pony. But you could probably get a good animated movie, or at least a Batman. I think a Batman Long Halloween.
Yeah.
Make for a great TV show or a great, not necessarily a movie. I feel like you would need more time for that. Other side characters, I would love to see Scarface be brought to TV as well.
Yeah.
There's so many of the villains from Batman that just don't get their time. I feel like when he's a really weird, wacky one that I would love to see like a movie representation. You know, maybe Anthony Hopkins is
that's
or something.
Okay.
Something like that would be cool.
Now, I want to open up that to you guys, too. Not just maybe DC, but Marvel. Like, who are these, who are maybe some underrated characters that you guys would love to see a show or just be brought into the cinematic universe?
To jump on Uno, I would love a Clayface. A live action Clayface,
Yeah.
how CGI is now, and how the character could be written, because he can make himself look like anybody he wants. I feel like that would be like a good movie or even show.
Well, so first of all, I'm noticing that some of these are like issue covers. Is that?
Yeah, in the backdrop is like
Their cover.
a cover. Yeah.
So this is Ironheart 12. That's the Ironheart card.
Yeah, so this is what comic book they would likely come from. So like Cosmic Ghost Rider is from Revenge of the Ghost Rider. Eye-Boy is part of the X Factor team.
Got it.
Thor, obviously, Thor.
Okay, so my answer to that is obviously the mutants into the MCU, which they're working on right now. I guess Ubisoft,
Allegedly.
Professor X. They had the Terrigen stuff and all that. So it's coming, but that's my favorite. I mean, X-Men was the thing that I grew up on.
But he's asking, what D-list character would you want to see?
For lack of a better term,
Yes. So that's what I was getting at.
Shocker.
So my
for me
favorite
from Marvel. Shocker and Scorpion.
Scorpion.
Because of Spider-Man 90s.
I like it. Yeah,
of course,
90
of
characters.
course.
Or Hydro Man, same thing. Go ahead, sorry.
I would say, I don't know if this is D-list, B-list, but X-Force.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Right? So the side X-Men group.
The Deadpool movies kind
They made a TV show, right? Or was that X Factor?
New Mutants, maybe?
It was it was not an X-Men show at all, but they were like alluding to it. Yeah.
Because I feel like the last representation of X-Force I saw was in X-Men the Animated Series. Saban's, like in the 90s.
Yeah, likely.
Because I know Forge was in there.
Golden X-Force.
I feel like there was a TV show with Banshee and stuff, but maybe that's X Factor.
Maybe.
It was short-lived.
Now, how do you feel about that? Like, being a big X-Men guy, I'm actually super pumped for the reboot. They're doing the X-Men 97.
Oh,
Do you think it's going to be able to capture the essence of the original?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But I only say that because people that were watching it as kids are old enough to be in the jobs that decide how the show turns out.
True.
So-
That's actually a very good point. Literally growing up with the show.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
They love it enough to make sure it's nice. That's a cool.
That's a nice Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
So are there hits in these sets?
I don't know if there'll necessarily be hits. I know some things more towards the Marvel cards you can look out for. A lot of sketch cards.
Okay.
They do a lot of artist sketch cards that end up being one of one. So obviously just original sketch. That's the only card that there
And
is.
it's on, like physically, they just draw it on the card
Yeah.
and put it in the pack.
Yep.
Let's go. We need to find that.
Yeah.
Seriously. I was gonna say, I assume an artist would maybe sign one of these, but that makes even more sense. That makes it unique.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Look at this terrible rip. Here we go. Giving people anxiety.
Yeah, there was actually a release about a week and a half ago. That's Spider-Man Metal Universe.
Yeah,
And,
so
we pulled the live lounge pulled a couple sketch.
Really?
Yes.
Cool.
They were really
yeah, so if you guys remember from the 90s, it was more so like basketball and that, but Skybox. And they had these metal cards, and they had these things called precious metal gems. So obviously, like the Michael Jordan ones from like 97, 98 are very, very expensive right now. So this Spider-Man Metal Universe, they have these precious metal gem cards from different, like I saw an Aunt May one, I saw, Spider-Man himself.
Oh, this might be
There
a
you
pull.
go.
This might be a pull. There.
nice.
Yeah, so definitely some inserts there. Is that a Miles Morales over there?
We're
Or is
at
that,
this one here.
Yeah,
No,
who is
Alex,
that?
Alex Wilder,
Runaways.
Runaways.
Okay.
So this is nothing. It's a little tinier.
So yeah, that might just be. So what they do too is they have subsets. So this one is Annual Impact. So like there is the base sets that you have there with the red
Starlord.
borders. There's probably an entire set of these.
There we go. We got a reflector.
Nice. There you go. Nice little insert there again too.
Yeah, that's not a reflector. What was it? What is that then?
What is that
A
called?
moving picture?
Hologram?
Holo-
No,
Ah.
hologram would pop up. No, is this?
Holographic? No.
Yeah, no, that'd
Yeah.
be it. Yeah.
What's it called when it's like the?
Isn't that
I think it's a
hologram?
hologram.
Okay.
I think you're right.
Christ's sake.
Is this the last one here?
Yeah.
Deadpool.
Yeah, we motored through this one.
Deadpool.
We know less about them, so that's.
Yeah, right.
I think Deadpool might be my.
Yeah, you had your friends to talk about in the last
That's
one.
right. I don't have cool rogue tidbits. To tell
Yeah,
you.
right. See, you would have fooled me. I would have thought you had some cool tidbits.
Uno was kind of funny
Damn it.
pulling your own card.
You know what? Yes, it is. Actually, I just got gifted the first edition 001 card of me signed.
Oh,
Really?
Somebody just gave it to me. Yeah. So I have the very first signed one of me, like 001 of like 15 or whatever.
Whoa,
it is. Yeah.
that's cool.
Incredible.
Now, I know for you, Ethan, watching your vlog and that, a lot of your fans, bring you stuff. They gift you a lot of stuff. But for all three of you, has there ever been a fan that's gone out of the way or like something you can remember that they gave you that was like, this is crazy for my collection?
I think custom figures of me. There's
Yes.
a couple people have made Hasbro versions of me, which are, they spend a lot of time on that, and the fan art is awesome.
Yeah, this is a loaded question for me because I get so much stuff that I feel like if I don't name it all, I'm gonna offend someone. So please, if anyone is not listed, but like
Gifts for
like
my
you said,
daughter.
yeah, anytime someone thinks about my family, like my wife or my kids, and they send it to my PO box, I'm just like, okay, this is crazy because my family has done nothing for these fans. So for them to care about me so much that they're thinking about the people I care about is very cool. I got a custom animated series Mr. Freeze gun.
Wow.
Freeze ray gun.
Oh.
So like that got sent to me. I got to do a nice
Thank
little like CGI freeze clip with it. So that was cool for me. And yeah, any custom figure, and people have been helping me finish these like extremely rare toy lines, like the Mortal Kombat. Half of it was purchased, and honestly, half of it was donated by fans, which is super, super cool. And anytime something cool gets sent, it's always a thank you for creating the content. And that is like, when you're asking how do we keep like all these things kind of weighted, and like how do we decide that it's like just people giving us the pat on the back, really. Like, hey, thanks for doing this for me. And it's like, cool, I'll keep doing it.
I definitely love, above everything else, probably all the custom stuff. I bought a lot of, until I had my own action figure, I had a lot of custom Player Uno and Evil Uno action figures. And fan art, I have like comic book artists have done fan art of me and signed.
Yeah.
So I have a few of those that are signed at home. Andy does one. But as far as like the biggest gift, I typically get a lot of Simpson figure gifts. There's so many Simpson figures out there, and people are more than willing to send it my way. But I think the coolest thing I've received is actually more recently is somebody gave me 14 different Sega CD games in box, all of them.
Wow.
And I haven't tried them because I know my Sega CD doesn't work, so I have to now acquire another Sega CD to try them out to see, or just maybe never open them. One of the two.
Well, hey, we'll open it up to the community here. You're hearing it. The man needs a Sega CD.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
We'll open it up to the community.
Sega CD. We need a
What
Royal
else?
Rumble box.
Yep. Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo.
Sealed.
What's your list of needs is probably too
I
long?
am the most spoiled professional wrestler by his fans, so I ask for nothing.
Yeah.
All right, so one last thing in
I'm
closing.
not asking that as a gift, by the way. I would buy it.
Let's make that abundantly clear. He's not asking for handouts here.
Also, Uno did not say the same. So
I will gladly take it for free.
So, we kind of started with talking about wrestling figures. So, how about one or two? I know it's kind of hard to narrow it down, but what's either the figure that's just kind of that you're chasing, you haven't been able to find yet, or the one in your collection that you are most proud of, or just love that you have there as a piece of it?
Wrestling figures or all figures?
I would say wrestling figures.
Yours will be more in depth, so can I
Sure.
tell mine? I'm not really a figure collector when it comes to wrestling stuff. I'm fascinated with wrestling, but I've never ever wanted to own a whole lineup of stuff. The only exception is I have all of the Dark Order lineup, every different iteration, all signed up, like obviously excluding Brody's figure. But like that is like my prized possession as far as pro wrestling stuff. It's
That's awesome.
It's like years from now I'll be able to go back and be like, this was like a moment in time for me where I had some of my greatest friends and we all got action figures out of it. So anytime an AEW figure comes out and it's a friend of mine, that's always like a very, very cool thing for me. That's the only wrestling figures I will collect is figures of people I've been close with. So like when Ethan Page's figure comes out eventually, I'll get that. When Mark Sterling's figure will come out someday, same thing.
For me, wrestling figures wise, the only one that really like sticks with me is because I had a memory when I was a kid. Is the King of the Ring, Rock, bone crunching action. His legs are like the hard plastic and the two striped pants, and he's just jacked. You know, the Rock. So that figure I played with so much that I had to glue the waist together because it just like snapped in half. I have that on card somewhere in a tote somewhere. I'm not really a big wrestling toy collector either, but that one to me I needed to hunt down. And same as Uno, the AEW figures, I buy them all now. I was telling myself I wouldn't, and then through toy hunting with these guys, I ended up picking up a couple of my buddies, and then my kid asked me to open them, so now we got the AEW ring, and I watch my kids play with my buddies as wrestling figures. It blows my mind every single day. So that's really the only wrestling stuff for me.
Do you have the AEW pop-up stage?
No,
I do.
You
I do. I
need
just
it.
bought it. I just
It's
bought it.
unbelievable, and it's cheap.
Yeah,
A cardboard. It is. If I had that as a kid,
I know. I know.
Uh-huh.
my couch cushions.
I know.
I was gonna say, do you still do the photo page too? Like take a picture of your figures?
Yep. Posed by Page on Instagram. I take pictures of.
They're unbelievable.
Yeah, you do very good photography.
Thank you. I try very hard.
I might not hear from him for a couple of days, and then I'll see like a sick photo shoot posted. I'm like, oh, that's what he was doing. He was just playing with his toys in his basement.
Yeah. To be honest, that's like when things get overwhelming. To me, that's not adding more work. That's like my shut everything off.
Meditation.
It's a dark room. I'm putting the lights. I'm focusing. I'm not on my phone because it needs to be used for a light. So I'm like I'm detached from the world, and I get to kind of just focus on something that's fun, play with toys.
That's cool. So I had the WWF Hasbro figures. That was like the first things that I had. That was like my first entrance into the wrestling figure world. So I had those, sold them all, but then, in my adult years, when you have expendable income, go buy the entire set mint now because we're adults. We're not going to have used to beat up toys in our collection. So I have the entire WWF Hasbro set mint in a case, but I do not have the mail-aways. There's a Hogan, there's a Brett, there's an Undertaker mail-away. They're like $10,000 each if you get them in bag. The Hogan might be $1,000, but I would love to get the Hogan.
Yeah, I would assume that's early Taker then too. That?
The Taker and the Brett aren't different enough from the figure in the line.
Okay.
So the only way that you can get it and have it be part of your collection, say that's the mail away, is if it's in the bag. And I don't know if I want to pay $10,000 for an Undertaker that I already have.
That's fair.
But the Hogan has got the pants from like WrestleMania 9.
It's a way to.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a different figure. I would take that not in the bag. So I'm still looking for that Hogan mail away.
And too, I know Major Wrestling, you guys do the custom Bendums.
Oh yeah, the Major Bendies. Yeah.
Major Bendies. Is there one on the rise for Ethan Page and Uno? Do they have ones yet?
I don't. Well, they're AEW exclusive figures.
That's
so.
right.
Oh, well, there you go.
That's right.
Yeah.
There you go. Locked them up.
Yeah, I have a couple because it was before I entered.
Sure.
He's a lawyer. He knows what he's doing.
He knows loopholes.
Had in the contract. So
He's a genius, literally.
Exactly.
Well, gentlemen, I want to thank you once again for joining us. Did you have a good time?
Oh yeah, great
Honestly,
time.
a blast.
Yeah.
Great. Well, hopefully we can get you back in here again
And
next
man,
time. you guys are
Dynamite
around.
was great on Wednesday.
That's right.
Sure was.
What an eventful
And tonight-
night it was.
And tonight, Rampage on
Yep.
TNT.
That's
10
because this
p.m.
comes out on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Love it.
So that's what I wanted to do. Last thing, one last time for everybody. Go ahead and if you guys could just plug what you guys have going on, and of course the AEW stuff, please.
Well, just 8. Come on, guys, watch AEW every Wednesday at 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock on TBS, and every Friday at 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock TNT. Also, Monday and Tuesday.
You don't
great
got
YouTube
cable?
shows.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You just need the internet.
Yeah, AEW Dark Elevation on Monday, AEW Dark on Tuesday. Honestly, sometimes there's a show every week on YouTube.
Yeah.
So check it out. Follow AEW.
Yeah. But definitely also watch my vlog every Sunday at 1 o'clock on my YouTube channel. And go to my website, playedbyjulian.com. Links to everything.
If you like video games, you can see a whole lot of me playing them. Twitch.tv/EvilUno, but also I run all of AEW Games' video content, so youtube.com/AEW Games or twitch.tv/AEW Games. Every Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we do All Elite Arcade.
Love it.
Awesome.
There you have it. There's only one thing left to do. And I'm going to toss it back to you, Troy. Amazing. And I have that on. No. What a blast.
Yeah, no, they were a good time. Like just hearing all their stories and basically it really gives you perspective. Like they're people just like us. They collect.
100%.
It was awesome to hear.
100%. And that's the thing too is I got the call. I knew they were coming to town. I really wanted to set something up. Shout out Chris Bandura. He helped in facilitating this. And so he gave me a call the night before and he said, listen, you're getting Ethan Page, Mark Sterling, and Evil Uno. Mm-hmm. And I said to him, I go, that makes complete sense.
Let's pause real quick.
Oh.
I don't think anybody could hear.
Hello?
Can anybody hear me? Sorry.
My left ear. Okay.
It's gone.
All right, my left ear is completely gone. Anyways, as we were saying, I was very, very excited for this opportunity. I knew they were coming to town, so I made sure a couple weeks in advance. Shout out Chris Bandura for facilitating this and helping us out, get this set up. He called me the night before and he goes, you're getting Ethan Page, Evil Uno, and Mark Sterling. And right away, I knew why. Because I knew they were all big collectors. I had seen the Toy Hunt vlogs. I had seen Major Wrestling Figure podcasts. And obviously Uno, I see all his video game stuff. So I knew they were a perfect fit for this. So hopefully next time they come to town, would love to have them back and do some even more ripping. I mean, it was just an absolute blast.
100%. They were having a ball in the warehouse too.
Oh my God, they were like kids in a candy store. Unbelievable. You could hear David and I were doing the show before we recorded the interview, and I could hear them out there.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like, oh my God. Like, oh, this and that. I could hear them getting excited about all the toys. So you're right. Really brings it down to, a humane side of things, and just we're all collectors at the end of the day that just love doing that type of stuff and hanging out.
Exactly. It was so awesome to see the joy that, collectibles give them. Like, they're out there, they're looking at graded comics, and they're just like, whoa, like, dude, look at this. And it's
Yeah, super cool. So I think that's going to wrap it up. But before we go,
yes.
those cards that we opened, did you see the 1 of 5 Luchasaurus? If you didn't, early on in the video, we ripped some AEW. And literally, like, first pack, we got a Luchasaurus auto out of 5. Well, guess what? That could be yours. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, everything that we ripped with the AEW wrestlers could be yours. It is our box rip giveaway today. And here is how you are going to enter. You're going to enter by going in the chat and let us know what's your favorite wrestling figure that you had growing up. Because I see some of you guys had already started answering this. So let us know in the chat or on the YouTube replay. Let us know what was your favorite wrestling action figure or whatever that you had growing up. I'm sure you guys have plenty of answers for that. Mm-hmm. So you ready for the weekend?
I am. Actually, I'm not going to ruin the surprise, but me and Luke are taking a little trip. Follow along on the DA Card World Instagram, not the Chase account. We're going to go on the Card World account, but got some decent content coming out for you. It's going to be fun. I don't want to ruin the surprise where we're going, but it's going to be awesome.
And don't forget, 1 p.m. today, right here back on the DA Card World Twitch, Meerkat and some representatives from Topps, MLB, MLBPA. We are going to be live giving away $10,000 worth of wax sealed product. Make sure you are watching that today. But that's going to do it for us. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Make sure to continue to like, subscribe, follow our DA_the Chase accounts, our TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, DA_The Chase. Please go ahead and follow those now for all you need on The Chase, all the content, everything like that. YouTube replay will be up today. And don't forget, you can listen to us on Spotify and Apple just in case you can't get to us on the video or live.
Absolutely. Hey, there's only one thing left to do.
Yes, sir. Just remember, it's all about the chase.
Chase.
Ooh, ooh, top guy.